Mm.
And yes, you all should have your long rests already, so yeah, you're good to go for that. I made a point to give you your resources back.
My spells back.
Alright, stream is a go-go. Stream a go-go. And we're live with Kingless Chronicle. Welcome back, everybody. Last time, the party defeated a giant overgrown corpse flower, cured themselves of a fatal encroaching parasitic disease, performed a memorial at that same site to make sure that it was all handled. They interacted with the gods Tiamat and Bahamut briefly, as well as gained some bonuses and some benefits from them, as well as some secrets about the Kingsglaive and what to expect when looking for it. And then afterwards, shoved off and headed on their way to head for the mountain pass. On the way, they were waylaid by the Green Dragon, who played a tricksy little game on them. And then, when they finished the game, they were nowhere near where they thought they were. In fact, they were on a completely different side of the forest. So they re-continued on their way, and finally made their way back to the mountain pass. Additionally, the party is currently level 6. So, to pick up where we last left off, we'll move you all. And just so I know, because I checked it on when I swapped in and relogged in as a player, but you can see this man's name, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Alright. So as you make your way towards the mountain pass, you find that the tree line gradually begins to morph it up into the green mountainy way. You find that there is a path carved up into the mountain mountain itself, leading upwards and over it. Clearly, a lot of time and effort was put into basically carving this out to make a path from the Savage Lands to Asterium.
Mm-hmm.
The steps are rugged, not quite smooth, however, and a cart would have some difficulty going up these stairs, but they'd have no difficulty going down. But essentially, if you did like the Pioneers and kind of carry the wagons up the hill, you would have less difficulty, or a horse could lead it up with less difficulty with a trained hand. However, you do not have wagon with you currently, so that is not a difficulty. But as you arrive, you find that there are some flags kind of planted into spots here and there. They're they're basically swords stabbed into the ground with a cloth blowing in the wind here and there. The cloth is notably a red one.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
And it has a symbol that looks like an upside down crown on it.
Well, it might be time for history check. Feel like. Just to know whether it's like rebel movements or just some random bandits.
22, very nice. With the 22 Guildos, you know that this is not necessarily a symbol you are overly familiar with. However, you have heard rumors, as you are a blacksmith, and it is your trade to make things for people that come and go from all over. And you've heard rumors of a rebel group nobody wants to talk about. They are kept on the down low, as they are made up of multiple individuals of different kingdoms that turned traitor after the king's death. They're known as the King's Rebellion.
Uh-huh. So knowing all this, after seeing the flag, I'll turn back to the group and say, well, I've heard of these bandits, but I didn't think we'd run into them right here.
So we assume that these bandits most likely have been cutting off enforcement, cutting off a chain of supply.
Tulio nods. That's what I would do personally. Cut off the chain of supply, take a lot for myself, maybe sell some on the side, make some coin, fund my own shapings.
I'm sure. Let's see. Go ahead.
And running a supply chain in the mountains is already hard enough.
Hmm.
Without having to deal with the rebels.
I know mountains pretty well. And there ain't nothing quite like defending a mountain. Mountains is one of the most defendable positions there is. You can cause rock slides to destroy enemy convoys or enemy battalions as they scale trying to get to you. You have the high vantage point with your cannon or longbows. You can set up ballistas, fire them all down the mountain at troops. You can heavily fortify, choke points.
Alright. High passes have always been used advantageously, while many castles prefer to be rested on a hill. Gives advantage against the incoming party. That's an obvious statement. Yorm, and Tulio, do you think you can, either one of you can give me a sit rep of the situation? Traveling between one of the two of you should be nimble enough to at least give the situation, see how the numbers before we deal with it. We have an advantage at this moment. I don't think they presumed anyone would have come to the Savage Lands.
Yorm nods. I might be able to scout a little bit. It'll be like scouting around at home, you know. Tulio nods. Don't worry about it, Chief. They'll never see me coming.
Then we'll wait for your sit rep. In the meantime, let's make ourselves a little bit scarce. Pull back a bit and wait for a report. If that is agreeable to everyone else.
I have no objections.
Good.
I think that's smart.
Guidance. Bub.
Basically, yeah.
Guidance.
Good double guidance.
Ooh, nicely done, Yorn.
Julio does a stretch and looks to his right. Alright, Yorm, shall we... Where'd he go? He just blinks for a moment, shrugs half-heartedly, and begins making his own way up the mountain.
That probably did impress him a little bit. He was like, I guess he can be stealthy.
Yorm is stealthy in the mountains.
I mean, yeah, he's like, can you imagine a Rambo situation but dwarves in the mountain?
You should see
That's more
you should hear
terrifying
about
than
Yorm's
anything
you should
else.
hear about Yorm's family members back in the day.
That is more terrifying than anything. Like, a dwarf that can be stealthy is the most terrifying thing ever.
Yorm comes from a long line of mountain Rambos, essentially. So yeah, that's a
Just
19
naturally
and a 22.
It just naturally cast the mend into stone, you know.
Alright, time to see. Damn!
Oh, shit. Well,
Hey, you hit the rolls.
well. Well, yeah, he got seen somehow.
That
Yeah, not
seems like
much.
Yogi got seen, but not Yorm. But
Yeah.
Yorm will be heard.
Yeah, Yorm
True.
wasn't seen, but Tulio was.
Tulio's fine. He'll
Oh, good.
figure it out.
Yeah. He can wiggle himself out of that easily.
He's a weaseling guy.
You see, you hear a small pebble land on the ground beside you, Gildas.
Oh,
When you look
oh,
up,
look.
you see Yorm is holding 8 fingers up.
Nod. So go back to Dallin.
Yorm then holds up essentially 4 fingers and makes a stabbing motion, and then he holds up 4 fingers and makes like a bow motion.
Mm-hmm. So I go back and say, so according to Yorm, there are 8 men, 4 archers and 4 swordsmen in total.
Let's see. At this time, Dewan's actually sharpening his longsword. Okay. 8 men, 4 by bow, 4 by sword. We've handled worse. However, all depends on whether they are more heavily trained. Could get a difficult if we do not know how to prepare us. Has Tulio come back?
I shake my head and say, I've only heard from Yorm, or rather seen. Tulio hasn't come back yet.
We'll wait a few minutes longer. If he does not show, then we'll have to make arrangements without him.
Well, in the meantime, however, I'll do that. At the very least. And I'll choose Dallin, Ophelia, and Bub.
Alright.
I mean, Dallin's gonna be in front, so more HP is always
Yeah.
nice. Bub's gonna be transformed, so more HP is always nice, and like doesn't have like a lot of HP. But like Ophelia is a goddamn HP sponge, yes, but she's made of wet tissue paper and can't heal like properly.
So I'm getting. So you're gonna roll for the amount of additional HP, or just get 5?
It's a flat 5.
Yeah.
5. Okay, so 5 extra 5 HP. Okay.
8 is actually an underrated spell. In my honest opinion, I can't tell you how many times 8 has personally saved my bacon.
Cool. I'm up to 62 then. If it's a flat 5.
Yeah,
Yep.
basically, go into your temporary hit point on your sheet
That's
and
what I
put
did.
that at 5. Yeah, nice.
That's what I did. We'll start reducing until that. I get it. It's like the blood shield and League of Legends or any other bonus extra.
Well, I mean, technically it's not temporary HP. It's
Technically, it's
It was
not,
hit
but
point maximum, true.
like, yeah,
I'll just do that just for
yeah.
having to deal with numbers wise.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's not a bad initiative for Tulio.
Also, oh wait, yeah, no, Yorm is gone, so I can't really do what I wanted to do with him too. Because his weapon is not really magical, so having a +1.
Why?
You can
Well,
roll for
look, just
multiple.
because you rolled a 20 on your perception doesn't mean you have a 20 in your
There you
initiative.
go. There's an 18.
You
You wanted to go before
Screw
Tulio.
you. Screw you.
That's totally good. Ooh.
I didn't mean to roll it at 20. I was like, ah.
Never been anything.
I mean, he can always
That's-
like charisma his way out of this. It's entirely possible.
Hey, Chief, just because I have a sword and just sneaking my way out has been a bit.
Not all rogues.
Come now. We're between like-minded people here. Really, you can just ignore me so like I can go to a studio, but come back in a few days, just give
Damn.
you a bonus. Oh yeah, I guess we're rolling initiative, and all of us. There we go. That's more like a cleric initiative.
Gildos
it
the
should-
Quick is no more. Bub the Quick
Because
has arrived.
You see, Marshall, it's because it's uphill. Fuck that.
Is the dwarven uphill problem. We're excellent sprinters, not marathoners.
You see? Walking away from the forge is the easy part. No, the hard part is coming back. It's all uphill for a whole day. Fuck you.
Can I also say that I have the chance? The Battle Brothers, along with other things, I'm glad I recommended Battle Brothers to you, Marshall, because you've been enjoying it a lot. Even though I warned you also, like, don't be fooled by the graphics. It's quite a brutal game.
No, that game kicks my
Uh,
ass, but it's the good kind because getting new people is so easy that like I all I lose is emotional attachment to the old guys and gold,
Yeah.
lots of
yeah.
gold. How dare you die with the gear I gave you, bastard!
But also, the Battle Brothers OST is really good.
It is.
The
It's very
soundtrack's
good.
also really solid.
Alrighty. So
But I
Bob.
noticed, like, I remember we said last session when Evan's like, "Oh, this music's really like calming," and Rem's like, "No, it isn't." And I'm like, "Someone knows Battle Brothers."
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna have Bub hold an action. Because Bub is waiting for the shoe to drop, essentially. Let's see. Delon, you suddenly feel invigorated.
Oh crap!
Get all that HP, boy.
You have
Oh my
17
God.
more temporary HP.
17 more.
Sorry, 7 more. Blech.
That's what I was about to say. We need to be very specific here.
Yes, sorry.
69, dude.
69, man.
True. 69. What a world.
So you actually hear a voice up a light slightly above you.
Mhm.
Now, gentlemen, look closely, for I will baffle you before any of you will notice. In fact, this is a magic trick that you can only catch once in a lifetime. Hey, nothing tricksy, alright? Keep your hands where we can see them. And that's the beautiful part. My hands are exactly where you can see them, and they will not be heading anywhere. In fact, they will be remaining here. Now, is it in my left hand, my right hand? This is stupid. No, he's a magician, he's a bard. I like bards. This is stupid. He's a bard. Come on, you have any idea how bored we've been up here? Nobody comes from the front. Well, the back, but it was the front for this place. Yeah. Our orders were to detain anyone who comes this way. He counts. We can detain him after the magic trick. Exactly. I will entertain you all with this magic trick, and then I will come quietly. Promise. Alright, alright. But I'm watching you. Excellent. Now, this is the stone. Now, keep close watch on my hands, for we're gonna play the cup game, but I'm gonna toss the stone between my hands. And if you guess correctly, I will serenade you with the most beautiful song you've ever heard. Free of charge, of course. And if I win, well, you don't tie my restraints overly harsh. A bard needs his skin to be quite beautiful for the ladies, after all. Right, right. This sounds like a win-win for us either way, so sure, go ahead. Now, which hand is it in? The left one. Is that your final answer? Yeah, your left hand. Wrong. Son of a bitch! We're not. It wasn't a pebble at all. Find him. Figure out where he went. That was no bard. It was a scout. Damn Rinaldian scouts. Always flaking. On the ridge. You son of a bitch. Well, it seems as if Tulio has been caught. Sounds like there are some of them right above us.
Aye. Thou dost seem so.
I'm going to move near this area here so I can try to see up the hill if someone peers over the edge.
Good. I'll make haste, see if I can cut around the back.
If we're lucky, he'll keep them distracted long enough with that.
Aye. I'll try not to die on the way. And he hops on his horse.
Good luck.
As to you. To all of you.
Alright, Delon, your turn.
So this is considered rocky terrain. The stairs are, correct?
Yes. A horse would you'd need to make an animal handling check to get your horse up there with no difficult terrain.
Got it. I could do so. I'll make a handling check anyways. Let's see. Unless I roll a 1. Sure. I guess not. So he's just gonna, I don't know, halfway just stop through, or just get to the top of the stairs. How do you want to do it?
So you were
60
here.
feet and then push it.
Yeah, 60 feet would put you 60 feet halved is 30. If you took if you had Velisay take I'd say actually because you failed him, he can't dash up, so that he is 30 here.
So it's a 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, it basically halved it. If I dash, I could go 60 because I'm taking his movement in addition to my own. That half removes that additional half, so really, unfortunately, I can only go the initial stairs, and that's the end of my turn, unless I want to do anything else.
Make a perception roll.
Sure, I will do so.
16.
Did you?
You can see two people up on the hill in the bushes.
Mm-hmm.
They have longbows prepped and ready to fire.
Mm-hmm. So I can see them as they're prepping, basically.
Essentially, yeah, they're literally have their arrows drawn back and they're just waiting for the order, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see them, so they don't
Yeah.
get advantage on the attack on you.
Cool. I don't think I have anything else, so yeah, go ahead.
Quit your lollygagging! Return to your post. If it's a scout, then we're gonna get flanked real soon. Renaldian scouts like to draw a distraction, and then when your back is turned, flank you from the other side. I know. I was a Renaldian forward infantryman. Now get your ass back to your post before I kick it there! Leave the smoke cloud alone. It's pointless. He's gone. Yes, sir. Gildas.
So, just thinking, honestly, I could take the stairs, right? But after hearing all that, I'm kind of fancying just climbing up there. You know, just using half movement to just like go there, get up there, and then boom. Assuming I can.
You could, but you would need to make an athletics check, as there's not very many good grabbing points to climb up.
I mean, athletics should be fine, right?
Yep,
I have a
athletics.
+2.
Athletics.
I go an 18.
Alright. So you're able to climb up using
Right.
basically half your movement to climb up.
Right. Well, 1, 2, 3. Shit, I'm not in range yet. I'm in range of 1. But we're just gonna calmly climb out there and then quite loudly cast.
Yeah, you can see this guy in the tree.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no.
easily.
And of course, I'll exclude everybody in the party.
Alrighty.
Alright. So I'll cast the spell and say, Gentlemen, I see you're from Reynolds too. Was my heart seeing people from the country all the way up there. And also already right. Let me roll my damage first. Where is it? There it is. Level 3. That's like 6 damage, 5 damage on the dude.
Alright. So he takes 5 damage from being inside of it. And as you say that, Gildas, you hear a horse stomp its feet as a gentleman barks into the woodworks. Who goes there?
Well, just a simple fellow Rinaldian. And also a man of the cloth. Now, may I return the question?
What in blue blazes brings a Rinaldian cleric all the way out here?
I don't know. What in Blaze brings a Rinaldian light infantryman here with rebels and all that? I mean, I got an idea, but rather hear it from the man himself.
Afraid I can't even reveal that information even to a brother. Sadly, it's
Well,
against my orders. Tell you
then I'm
what,
afraid.
if you bring yourself over here, you lower your guardians. When you come in nice and easy, make sure no harm comes to you.
Well, I wouldn't have put those guardians up if I meant to go with you calmly, you know. Because I'm afraid I also have a reason I can't tell you. My presence, why I'm here, you know.
I can respect that. After all, no true Rinaldian would just go in quietly.
Well, I haven't gone in quietly, after all, you know I'm here.
Damn straight.
With announcement presence.
Fight you myself. No man here. Rinaldian to Rinaldian. None of these Gloucesterian bastards.
Well, that's not my first rodeo, so how about you? Oh, and by the way, that smoke bomb man you saw earlier was from Nebulum, so I don't suppose you're surprised any bit. But,
Not the slightest.
mhm. Yep, that's it for my turn.
Damn Nebulese cur. Bub's turn.
Yeah, now you have like a nice big distraction here. Is it time for the spider to come back?
Yes, actually. I was just checking to see quickly. Where does Evan tally his spider shapes?
Nowhere.
He just keeps a mental tally apparently. It's mildly
Oh,
irritating. You have a class resource button, Evan. Oh well.
But it's horribly inefficient, therefore mine is better.
No, it's not. It's literally right there. You add it and you forget about it. That's what everybody with a class resource does. Okay, spider form. Bub will climb up and make his way towards the tree.
oh, mercenary scout. Don't know what I am. Like, worst day in his life.
That's a hit because Bub is flanking. So, needs to make a con save. So it made the throw. So 5. Taking 11 damage.
That man is succeeding all the checks. It's like, got the perception check, the wisdom save, the constitution save.
So Bub crawls up, climbs up into the tree next to the scout as he looks over in terror as Bub just takes a big old bite out of him, injecting him with poison. On Ophelia's turn, she will... Let's see. Make her way up the stairs a bit. And stop there. Tulio's turn. We're Nebly's cur my ass. Does this look like something a Nebly's cur would do? Eh? As he just fires at the person Bub just bit.
Yes, actually, you would.
I don't think Yorm is on the turn order for some reason. I just realized.
No, he's not.
Don't know why. I swear I clicked his initiative. Didn't I? I thought I did.
You didn't. And nobody noticed in the previous turn.
Huh. Apparently not.
Because stealthing's so good, you forgot about it.
Even I didn't notice he was there. Okay. I'm gonna do this real quick. So we're gonna do that, and then I'll have Yorm's turn go. Yorm is going to cast Hunter's Mark on one of the foot soldiers. Tulio is going to move a few feet away. Alright, that is 24 piercing damage on this individual right here, as you all hear a thunder crack. And everybody just looks towards like that alcove in the mountain area. What in blue? Dwarven hand cannon. Which one of you boys brings me the dwarven hand cannon gets a salary bump? Always wanted one of those. Yorm pokes his head out of some bushes. Can't have it! And then pokes his head back in. Eleanor's turn. She will make her way up a bit. Delon, your turn. Delon.
No. I was on mute.
Oh, okay.
No, I usually am on mute just while I listen to you guys talk about stuff. I'm usually thinking aloud. Let's see. So we got two of them back there. That's not really helping. Part of me wants to turn around and grab one of them, so at least they'd be on Valese. Because he's gonna have a better speed than they are just getting up those stairs. You know what I mean?
True.
Technically, though, I think it would be better if I push forward and blockade in front of the two guards and the three. That way, I can kind of blockade the system, and they'd only have to worry about the two arrows at that point.
I think you at least tell them they're there. They like
Yeah.
block the stairs.
Yeah, basically that's what I was
and
thinking.
they can kill them. Yep.
Yeah, I'll say I glance down at the stairs and I tell them, "Two arrowmen on the right, in front on the right, in the corner. I'm moving ahead." And I'm going to move ahead. 5, 10, 15, 20, and then I'm going to try to roll animal handling to see if I can get the rest up without
Sounds good.
completely shitting the bed. Don't roll a 1, please.
Will it hate stairs? Oh.
There you go. Alright, so you made that, I'm sure.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
So you get to move up without being encumbered, essentially.
Nice. Okay. And now I'm in front of these guys. So all of a sudden they see a dragonborn on a Valern steed. and half blade at this point. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. They both miss. That misses too.
Yeah, everything misses.
That also misses. Yeah. They just fire shots at me, and it's like
You
nope.
just dash right past as arrows whiz right past your person harmlessly. Maybe a few plinking off your armor.
And just to show him, I mean, boss, I'm gonna attack the guy as a gun. I'm gonna roll intimidation, and I'm gonna ask very polite, as a very intimidating. I usually don't, but I'm gonna basically ask them to surrender now. I'm giving them a chance to surrender right here, right now. So I'm going to roll if I can.
Go ahead.
Okay, roll intimidation.
19. So
You are
go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, you are surrounded. You are surrounded. You are outmaneuvered. It's an outmaneuvered. Surrender now, and you will be treated. It's like, and no harm will come. No harm will come to the rest of you. I swear.
Let's see. I need to make some wisdom saves.
If you continue, you will face your destiny.
You would deny me my honorable due.
Nope. Yeah, one of them's like, screw you.
So I see the wounded gentleman he like sheaths his sword and raises his hands over his head. The gentleman next to him looks at you, just kind of have you charged up with your sword drawn, and is seeing the spirit guardians in the forest, and he just sheaths his sword, raises his hand. I'm not dealing with Fae. Fuck this. Not dealing with Fae. Fuck this.
Smart man. Smart man.
However, let's see what happens here. So Hugo weaves around and flails his spear around. He actually pulls the reins on his own horse back a bit as he barks at his men. Do not worry! It is merely a white dragonborn. It is not the red one. We have no fear! He is a bluster. He has a cleric of Ranald, a Nebelese, cur, at least a dwarf with a hand cannon, and himself. That is 4 individuals at least. We are many more than this. And we have the vantage point. Do not fall for idle threats, Glarcastrians. The men kind of look around, and the wounded one keeps his hand over his head. The unwounded one, however, gets emboldened and redraws his blade. You do hear in the bushes as you hear footfalls as someone begins running.
Snap.
Alright, Delon. So this one, for all intents and purposes, is defeated. Actually, not use Red X. I will find a different thing to show he has surrendered.
Is that like a flag thing?
Yeah, that one will work.
Anyway, yep.
White flag. So if you wish to make an attack still, you can. Hello?
Yeah, no, so I'm thinking I can still do an attack. I gave him a warning.
True.
I gave him a chance. Okay. You want to fight me? Okay. Sword of Echoes. Slash that dude.
Alright.
To my right. To my right. That was 20. I'm assuming that hits.
That does hit.
14.
14, very nice.
I do believe I get a second attack, I think.
Yes.
And I will go for another. 11. That probably will not hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, fair enough. That's 14 still.
So you bring down the Sword of Echoes on this gentleman, and you get a really good slash on him. And then as you kind of maneuver Velisay around to slash on him again, you actually see that, and you recognize it as you are martially trained as well, he parries your blade with good form. Additionally, he looks like a bandit, but he is not wielding his sword like a bandit.
Strange. Mm-hmm.
You also saw these in the woodworks.
Mm. They have, well, they look bandit, their forms are not. These are better trained men.
They're rebels.
Yeah, you didn't exactly mention that.
Yeah, I usually ask. No, but like,
True. You're
It's
like,
okay.
I know something you don't.
It's okay. So, you see as the individual known as Hugo takes his horse a few steps back, and you see as he hops off his horse and takes firm grasp of his spear in his hands, his lance in his hands. All right, come on. He actually slaps his horse on the ass as it charges up the mountainside without him.
the scout wasn't enough. Now we have a horse to worry about. Let's see, can I even reach him next turn to stop the duel? Yeah, I can. I should. Unless.
All right. So it makes 2 with the scimitar. So you see as the mercenary, he is wielding a scimitar as he strikes at you. Believe both of those are hits, Delon.
Yes, technically they're both hits, so yeah, you got
Okay.
me. Okay, 9 slashing, 5 slashing.
Followed by a dagger stab, which does not hit.
And they have 3 attacks.
All right. So yes, you see as he with his scimitar and a dagger in a reverse grip, he actually slashes at you with really excellent poise and form. Twice in rapid succession, and then with a quick sidestep, he attempts to stab you, but his dagger cannot pierce your armor.
I'm also at a slight disadvantage because I actually usually do have more armor class than this, but I had to get the pauldron to go. They were too heavy. At least a half pauldron I got on, so my AC got reduced by slightly.
Yeah, I believe your AC should be 20 if you have your shield on, I think. I could be wrong. We'll look at it
It's
another
fine.
time.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Good
It's no
loss.
big deal.
Right. So if I walk up to our Ronaldo man, I'm gonna be hitting that dude with my spirit guardian. Because I can't add him to the exclusion zone. Well, the spell is cast already.
Ah.
So I guess it depends on like how much damage it can survive. Still.
He's got some health left.
Alright.
Are you talking about the guy that I attacked?
This one.
The
Well,
one
No, he
that's surrendered.
Yeah.
Spirit Guardian,
wanna-
according to what Rim is saying, can't add exceptions after it's been cast.
Yeah, it's only when I cast the spell I add exceptions. I mean, rule as written.
Fair enough.
No.
You always tell him to run.
Oh, that too.
Well, no.
Well, just gonna take full damage, I guess. Alright, roll low. 9. Okay, hold on, let me.
Yeah,
just
you rolled
move.
low.
Yeah. So this one, and you go to make both a save as well.
Alright, another bandit will make a save. I'll have him take 9. He takes 9. So as soon as you step within 10 feet of him, Rem,
Uh huh.
you are going to receive some attacks at you.
Go ahead. That's a miss. It's a miss.
Alright, all 3 miss. Oh, sorry, he only attacks twice with the spear. So, both of them miss.
That's fine. Right. So I step right in front of him, just dodging. Well, no, blocking the lance's hit. I'll say, well then, now that the arena is set, shall we begin our? We'll say, look at our talent. Honorable duel.
How to rabble do.
Well, after I say that, nice little Wahama in the face. Holy shit, that's the point of advantage, right?
Ooh.
Damn!
That's
That's a very bad roll. Whew.
2. You roll a
Yeah,
2, bro.
it's okay,
Yeah,
unless
that's
it's not a 1.
Alright, so as you go to strike him, you see as he kind of spins his spear around, using the advantage of the length of it, to essentially completely throw off your aim with the Warhammer. Ah, Warhammer! I like it.
Oh, I got plenty more other maces if you want to take a gander at that. I mean, always looking for customers.
If we survive, I might ask for something.
If.
Alright, Yorm's turn. So Yorm will keep his mark on the same person and Dwarven hand cannon. Yeah, that's a hit.
Already dead.
It's not crit damage though, because he doesn't actually have advantage. So it's actually 16 damage. Roll 1d6. 20 damage. So the one that you just struck, Delon takes 20 damage. As you hear a thunder crack from above. Bub's
That
turn.
guy's also taking 9 damage.
Yes, he did. I did
He's also
already do
taking
that.
And he's also taking 14. Like, this guy's, like, must be almost dead.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
we
would
should
surrender
get
if I
out.
were him.
I say they should get out of the zone while they can.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. make,
Actually,
like,
no, they're gonna take the damage and start of their turn. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Yep.
it's okay.
Why is the Spider King sheet glitching? Whatever. Alright. Just roll 20 things. Alright, so yeah, it has that speed. So Bub will, and then get here, bite. That is a hit. It's gonna take full damage. So it's gonna take 20, I think 22 damage.
God damn, that's +7.
So Bub bites somebody, injecting him with poison, and you hear from up in the mountain, up on the hill above you, as somebody suddenly yells, "I surrender! Don't kill me!" Ophelia will make her way up the hill a bit. And since you pointed out where they were, she will, let's see. Use a... Nah, she's not going to use one of those spell slots. She'll do this. That is a hit. She fires a blast of dark necrotic energy up at the hill and hits an individual right here for 22 damage. You promptly hear behind you, Delon, a shout forward, "Don't kill me! I surrender!" Tulio's turn. Let's see. Tulio is going to... barely hit. So you see the gentleman that you were just fighting, Delon, as he drops to the ground after getting shot in the shoulder with a crossbow bolt. He actually falls against the hill there in like a crumple, and you see, but you can see he's still breathing. So these are... This one gets a white flag. This one gets a white flag.
Yeah, I don't blame them. They're like, screw this.
Eleanor reaches the top of the first part of the stairs. Or mages.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Delon, you see as...
Step.
Mm-hmm.
You see as Gildas is locked in combat with the leader Hugo. You actually see up on the ridge, Tulio gives you a simple, like a nod, and he points towards the horizon essentially, and then makes a gesture for essentially. He actually opens his palm and like makes a little finger gentleman running up a hill.
Mm-hmm. I will. Okay, so this is actually what I'm gonna do quick first. I'm gonna toss these poor assholes, or at least this one guy,
out of like they've surrendered actively, or at least this guy's almost dead. I'm gonna pull him out of the spirit guardian thing because fuck it. That's what Dylan would do. These men have surrendered. There's no need for continued bloodbath, and I will roll strength to do so.
Sounds good. Roll athletics.
Oh, athletics. Sorry. Okay, that was just the strength. 15.
All right. So you're able to move both these individuals here and here out of the spirit guardian zone.
Mm-hmm. And I will speak very firmly and say, "Do not move." Remain out of combat. Do not move. Care to him as best you can. If I see you turning on us, I will consider your life forfeit. Do we understand?
The still conscious individual just simply gives you a nod. Understood.
Good. And I'm going to move on. 5, 10, staying out of the range of it. I'll let him do his thing. 15, 20. All right, roll animal handling.
Yep.
Yeah. 13.
All right, good enough.
Good enough. All right, good enough. All right, cool. And then I will basically burst all the way to over here.
So as you arrive right here, Delon, you see a mighty stone gate. And so, you know, like towers that are towers with a gate that would be for defense, meant to defend like a castle, if you will. These are very similar, but they're on the mountain pass. However, they're incredibly old. They're broken and fallen apart, and it would be impossible to stand atop these with like arrows and ballistas and like these days due to how poorly defended and how crumpled they are. But the stonework is immaculate and beautiful, even if old. You also see in the distance as two individuals, you see them fade out of sight as they go up the hill, essentially.
Yeah. There's no point in chasing after them at this point, if we'll be honest.
Yeah, they're basically gone.
They're basically gone.
If you kept chasing, you would essentially put yourself in a potentially bad spot.
Exactly. So no, I will just retain the make sure that they're not coming back to do some dumb BS.
So Hugo will actually spin his spear around and kind of like put it on his back as he draws his longsword. He will make a wisdom save.
That's wait, my DC is 15, so I think it does stay.
Yeah, I think that's a save. That's a success.
Yeah.
So he takes 11 damage. And he is going to strike you two-handed with his longsword.
Uh-huh.
I believe only one of those hits.
Yeah, the middle one, yeah. God damn, 3 attacks. Be nice being a fighter.
Yeah, this is no good here. Not without my mount. Shade out afraid I'll have to take this out on you.
Well, you're the one to dismount and send it away, so I'll only yourself to blame now.
Damn right, and I don't intend to make excuses for it.
Aw, I wouldn't like you making excuses, you know?
Yildas.
Right. Well, actually, since this is a duel and all, I'll just take a look at the dude and say, by the way, since you're a Rinaldian, you know the Lord Puncher, right?
Yeah, I worked with her for a while.
Uh-huh.
Never going out drinking with her again.
Well then, how would you say you would measure up to her?
I'm not usually in the business of comparing myself to me betters, but I'd say she's got a good head on her shoulders, and what I lack in sheer brutality I make up for in ferocity. As well as tactics.
I see. And
She'll
then
be a
besides,
general at the end of the year, no doubt.
oh yeah, she will, most likely. Well, I guess it depends on how the lion will, consider, well, how the lion will take, well, what we'll do, you know.
As you say the lion, you see him sneer and spit on the ground. Yes, he's got his favor.
Come now, I thought this was an anti-crown movement, not an anti-nobility one.
Don't confuse us with the likes of that red dragonborn Surtur.
Oh
Simply
yeah,
put, it's
right.
the Lord's lion himself that's got the wrong way of it.
Right. You did mention the red dragonborn earlier, so I was wondering what your beef was with him.
Bastards moving in on
Really?
our turf. Demands that we conscript and sign up. He claims of patronage of the mountain. Bah!
Oh, the dragonborn got wronged by him. Like, I just got done and moved in the land of monsters, just burned down the forge my goblins built. I mean, just how rude is that?
It's bloody rude as hell to burn down a man's good place of work. Why, if someone burned down my farmstead, there'd be hell to pay. I'd hunt down the bastard and giggle his ass. Eye for an
Yeah, I
eye.
know.
Rinaldian way.
Mm-hmm. That's right. The monster gonna punch the lion so hard, could only see one from one eye as well, but unfortunately, unlike the red dragon ball, it's gonna take a longer while. In the meantime, we gotta train up and engage in those little activities we call duel, I suppose. But enough chatting. I think it's my time to hit you, I think.
Try to make it non-lethal, will you? I like you.
I like you too, so.
So as you go
Well,
to
yeah,
swing at
but-
him, he simply takes his longsword in both hands and parries your blow, essentially.
No, don't you start laughing at me, I don't really have any military training, I just been you clubbing things really hard. So far, it's been working.
Hey, no judging from me. Clubbing things really hard works really, really well for most situations.
Uh-huh. Now I've been supplementing that with spells, and it's been working better, but...
Ah,
Maybe
magic
for me.
folk. Never was one to actually learn how to do such a thing.
Oh, you see, just over those mountains is a nice, real nice college that would gladly teach you if, well, I mean, you do need a recommendation anyway.
He actually pauses for a moment to think about it, and then just shrugs. Nah! Stuffy classrooms with stuffy elvish nobles and other weirdos of weird races looking down on my low intelligent self? Nah, don't think so. I'm smart enough to lead a small group of people. I'm smart enough to know tactics. I don't think I want to waste my time sitting still and studying scrolls for good and Lord knows how long.
Well, it's only as long as you make it so, but fair enough.
Take another 10 slashing.
But he gets to attack 3 times again.
Yep.
Okay then.
Oh, right,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Wisdom save.
Oh, right. I guess because we skipping all the turns, I forgot. There you go. Take 18.
So as he burns from your spirit guardians, he just kind of wipes his brow. Ugh. That right smarts, don't it?
Uh-huh. I think I would turn it down, but I believe some of your friends are up there, so I'd like to keep it for when we get to know them.
Don't worry about it. I understand a tactical approach. I'm not going easy on you. I wouldn't expect you to go easy on me.
Indeed. Well, actually, let me change over my warhammer to show you my goblin's craftsmanship for a bit.
That's a hit.
hmm
So he has to make another whiz save because it's his turn.
Uh-huh. Well, it's an 8.
Alright. Yodos, is it lethal or non-lethal damage?
Not lethal. I mean, I said I'll let him leave, so yeah.
Alrighty then.
I'll just...
So, as he prepares to bring his sword down on you again, you see as he kind of slumps over a little bit and braces himself on his sword. Oh, right. Oh yeah, that's taking out of me. Oh, it's like a fucking oven in here.
Better rest up, and we'll have a talk when we go back down. Just stew on what you did for a bit, will you? And yep.
Alright. So with that, you have defeated the enemies on the first part of the mountain range.
All right. Who's been did it?
The
So
first part
as
of the mountain range.
Yep. So as you finish up with these individuals, Ophelia and Eleanor catch up. Ophelia pausing in front of the wounded and surrendered individuals. Ophelia will do this to the most wounded one. He's still unconscious, but now he has 17 health. Julio will jump down and just give a wave. Surprise! Nebliska. Did you not appreciate my magic trick? Not in the slightest. Go away. We're having a manly conversation, and your pussy Nebulese trite could go the other way. Fine, fine.
Like all the people on the reach is like,
Bub will stay spider.
That sounds about
Yo.
right.
Like as everybody just like walks past, it's just like, well, what we said we had you surrounded. We didn't really lie,
You didn't have us surrounded. We had you surrounded. Problem is, you had us outgunned.
Well, I mean, it's just
I just assume
surrounded,
the other mercenaries get rounded up as well.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. The other one, that guy dead. That other one's like super dead.
This one is dead, yes.
Damn. Okay.
Was it unlucky day?
Yeah, it really was. Delon will bury him.
As you go to bury him, you actually see Hugo stand up and wave a hand at you. No, I don't. We're gonna send him to his family.
Delon will nod at that. I wish he had surrendered. That's at least what the Delon said. He said, I wish he had surrendered.
So you see Hugo nod at that. I was taken down before we had the chance. I've encouraged my men to surrender, or if it looks like we're gonna lose, to make scarce. A living man can always be reused. A dead man cannot.
Aye. 'Tis the unfortunate nature of battle. Speaking of which, why have you done this? Why set an entrapment and hurt lines?
It's cause it helps us at the end of the day. Any supplies we take, we keep if we need them. And any other supplies that we don't need, we sell, so they get redistributed into the local area. We just remove any tags or brandings to show where they came from.
But you have disrupted the trade from between Asterium and King's Landing. Because of your situation, you have made things quite difficult. People having to deal with Nebulum and their trade, who has hiked prices to astronomical pricing.
Hey, don't put Nebuli's curry horrible trite on us. Nebulis are the ones that always seize an opportunity, ain't that right, boy? Bite me.
Right, though. That being
Glad.
said, that doesn't change that doesn't change the effect this excursion has had, this blockage has had. I want to know why you're here. What has brought a man to this position? From Reynold, of all places. You're far from your homeland. And you say these men are for Gloucester.
Hold on.
That's fine.
Yeah. Those two boys there, Gloucester. Those two scouts there, believe they're King's Landing men.
Why are you leading these men into this blockage?
Cause it's me post. I'm just
What?
following orders like everyone else.
Whose orders?
He looks at you and blinks for a moment before laughing and then coughing shortly after. Damn. You had me going there for a moment. I thought for sure you were sent to wipe us out. You're a rather elite squad, so I thought you were more informed. You don't know, do you? You don't even know what the King's Rebellion is.
Delon doesn't really respond to that. No. I do not. Perhaps you can enlighten me then.
I would if I could, but it ain't my place. And I know better than most what happens when you do not follow orders. I know my share. What's good men?
Are these all of your men?
Nah, got more up higher in the mountain.
More bloodshed then. How many?
Hmm. Reckon I shouldn't tell you that. But I can do you one here. Try to spare as many of me men as you can. And I'll tell you that they got those stairways heading further up proper locked down. There's gonna be an ambush on your flank.
I see. Then I will, if this is true, I will take your word for it at this time. I
I'm
will
a
roll insight, by the
Reynoldian,
way.
damn it. Course it's fucking true.
Mm. Delon just glances to Gildas. He actually, you'll see him almost playfully roll his eyes, like, But I'm gonna roll insight anyways. It wasn't great, but hey.
So even with a 9, you can tell that he's being transparent with you.
Okay. Then we will take your word for it. My intention was never to cause more bloodshed than necessary. I will try to spare as many men as are willing to surrender, but if they do not, they try to fight me to the death, I will defend myself. I hope you understand.
Of course. Tragedies happen in war. Watch out for Silvio. Angry elvish bastard. His light infantry will flank you from the left. They ain't my men. All elves. Do what you want with them. They ain't my men.
Understood.
Forward guard and Dragos are mine.
Understood. Is that all? Anything further past that I should be aware of?
I don't quite reckon you'll make it past that.
You'd be surprised what we got past before,
If you survive, I'll treat you to drinks, and you can tell me all about it. One Rinaldi into another.
So
By the way,
Mhm.
we introduced ourselves, but not really. Well, should I call you?
We introduced ourselves right proper. Blade on blade, of course. Blade with the warhammer. You may call me Hugo. Former leader of the forward infantry. And now I'm a leader of this forward infantry. I was a captain of Reynolds, no more.
Well, then you could call me Gildas. Old blacksmith of Reynold. Cleric of Bridget, and now war chief of the land of monsters.
Quite the upgrade, if I do say so myself. From a blacksmith and a simple clergyman to a right damn war chief.
Exile will do that to you.
Exile and a man with ambition.
Well, I suppose. I don't know, it was like such a bad condition, a man of ambition is like that.
Yeah, Dylan's
Yeah.
kind of glancing at Gildas. He's just watching the conversation happen. Like, kind of like, we need to talk.
Well, yeah, we do. So, think I'll leave my potion of healing in front of him,
Mm-hmm.
and then look up to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the plan now?
We need to deal with them properly so they don't interfere. Tying them up, some such. We need someone to possibly monitor them or something. As much as I respect Renolian word, I can't have them coming in from behind us in a surprise attack.
Well, I understand, although just look around like the men. Although there's nothing sure they're up for an ambush anyway. But, well, we can tie them up, and I'm sure they understand as well.
Who knows how long we'll be gone, though. Additionally, what will we do when we get the rest? Where do we send these men? Why are they here? Why is there a rebellion? This doesn't make any... I knew things would die, but I did not think... These are not common bandits, these are soldiers. They should be home, fighting good fights, protecting their homelands, not dying on a hill on a mountainside.
Look at it from their point of view. Sort of what they believe in they're doing, fighting the good fight, treating the families that way. I mean, it's a bit of a twisted view, but not that far-fetched. I mean, everybody's trying to take advantage of the fact that there's no heir, no crown, be it Asterium, Nebulum, Renauld. Even, well, Glocasta says that they're allied to King's Landing, but who knows? So, if they think that finding the nobility is the way to a stable kingdom, then by all means, although I don't exactly share their views.
You know, you've never been quite forthwith with me when it comes to why you left Nebulum. I'm sorry, Renauld. I don't think you've ever wanted to really bring it up.
Well, honestly, what, well, Jamad, no, Bahamut told us, I never really got the gravity of, well, my transgression. But now that I have a bit of background, bit of insight, now I do understand why. And let's just say that my exile was due to, well, hearing secrets of the state, to keep it simple.
I see. And we
And
will
let's
table
just
this.
say that
Mm.
the possibility of, well, there being an inheritor to the King's Glaive in Reynold, well, I may just have an idea who they might be, at least.
Hmm.
There's two possibilities.
Hmm. I see. I suppose then we'll table this for now, but I would like to hear more of this when you're ready. Presuming, of course, he looks further down the mountain. We make it as far.
I'm sure we will. I mean, just an army. A T-Rex is the equivalent of an army.
Yes,
I'll be
since one of
fine.
an army stopped us.
Of course, I would just be talking on my ass, but that'll be the first time either. Anyway, we have an ambush ahead of us then.
Alright. We'll have to be careful on this. Until then, once again, I think we should leave them behind here. Tied up, perhaps. Hmm. Hmm.
I'll tie them up in spider silk.
I guess you could do that.
Yeah. Be eco-friendly.
Or possibility. Delon's gonna just speak for Hugo. You said your name is Hugo, yes?
Aye.
Why are you fighting this rebellion? Tell it to me straight. Wish to hear it from you.
You want to hear my reasons for it?
Yes, every man has their reasons. I wish to know.
My personal reasons for fighting in this rebellion is simply to avoid unnecessary deaths of brethren
Hmm.
and comrades.
Hmm.
I hate when brothers fight.
Hmm.
Not the good fight. I like it when we fight the good fight.
Hmm.
You're not Rinaldian, you're King's Landing folk, I can tell. So that may not make as much sense to you. But we like to fight, us Reynolds. We love it. But we like to fight for a good damn reason. Even if that must means beating the shit out of each other and then making our way to the pub at 3 in the bloody morning to share broski. Savvy?
I understand. In certain terms. You left home because something is going on in Renault that is not allowing you to fight the good fight, and so you left and you took a group of men and other like-minded individuals. If that's not, is that around the truth?
It's around that area, yeah. For more explicit details, I could cry you a river about all the good men that died that didn't need to. My own and the neighbors in Gloucester. Could tell you about the settlements we raided, the pieces of land that Gloucester's lost that nobody notices is missing. About the defensive
Delon actually tilts his head at
fortifications
that.
happening at the edge of Gloucester.
You saying Renault's been actively taking land from Gloucester?
I am saying that, precisely so. And I'm saying that I helped them do it. I'm also saying that Gloucester don't notice yet.
I assume Yorm's nearby.
Yorm is. Yorm will actually
Yorm.
look over and he'll pick up his elvish hand axe and essentially like keep it ready on him. Explain! What do you mean we're losing land? On the southern border. Losing land right near Reynolds. Right in that frozen woody area where nobody really lives except some small villages here and there, the outcroppings. Hell, you may not even notice that some of those men masquerading in Gloucester attire are actually Reynoldians. Some of your forts ain't even manned by Gloucester men. Yorm actually narrows his eyes even further. That's a damn lie. We'd notice. Unlike you, we'd pay attention to our lot. We'd notice right away if something was going wrong in our southern border. Hugo just shakes his head. Then why haven't you done anything about it?
Good point. Unfortunately.
I was busy protecting the northern border, that's why. Clearly, you're armed against the wrong side.
You wish to. So then, your issue, if I to understand it, you hate this. You do not like what is happening. Is that correct?
Aye, it's dishonest work. Besides, Gloucester is our brethren. Invading Gloucester's land and conquering small towns and little forts here and there, and then just waiting. It's not very Rinaldian of us. Get it's a tactic and all. I get not biting off more than we can chew, not poking the literal fucking bear.
I see. Do all those above have the same feelings, or is this just you and your regiment?
There's a few that dislike what we're doing over there. Most are true Rinaldians and don't have this traitorous heart of mine.
Wait. Are you saying Renaud sent you here? That Renaud sent you orders to come all the way to Asterium to block a chain?
You think Reynolds sent me here? No, boy. No, Reynolds sent me to Gloucester with a good many men. He told me to set up shop and wait for further orders.
Then
Me
why
and
are
me
you
men
here?
got tired of fucking waiting, and we expanded a little further, and we got a little carried away. And
that's
instead
a
of being
fucking lie.
welcomed back at the fort, Gloucesterian men turned us away and turned many of us into Gloucester as bandits.
Renaud pretended to be Gloucester, betrayed you, and you had nowhere else to go.
Aye.
And so you came all the way over here and set up shop. Why?
Because there was someone worth following.
Who? I said who?
You're really not gonna drop it, will you? Right then. Don't reckon you'll know the name. Old war hero. Sir Henry of Warwickstead.
Roll
Ring a bell,
history.
King's Landing boy?
Roll history.
Roll history with advantage. King's Landing history.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no.
If you're not like
17.
super expert at history at this point, there's something wrong.
I know.
So 17.
Yeah.
You know that name immediately, Delon. Sir Henry of Warwickstead is a very established, well-known, noble war hero. He's known as the Crusader.
You've been...
He is a hero of the Treatise of Blackwater, which was a treatise that happened the last time Nebulum and King's Landing nearly came to war. Sir Henry was the one to broker the peace treaty. He is known as the Slayer of 100 Orcs, or the Orc Slayer. He is the keeper of the peace and His Majesty's quill. He's a former general of King's Landing.
Wait. So, Lord Warwick, he sent you here. On purpose.
Aye. Sir Henry has been leading us.
I don't believe you.
Swear on me mum's grave that I am
No,
lying.
that cannot. No, that cannot be true. A King's Landing lord would never allow such a situation like this to occur. Not with a neighboring city like Asterium. It's not. This. Why?
Make enough of a ruckus and you can ask him yourself.
Delon's eyes open a bit at that. He can tell that Delon's quite upset at the moment. He's gonna walk up to Hugo. He's gonna get a little closer. And he goes, "Give me something of your personal item, something your man would recognize."
Better bring it back, or I'll find you and I'll take it from you.
Do not insult me. I'm a knight of King's Landing. My oath is honor.
And I'm a Ronaldian, and this is me mom's fucking pot. As he reaches behind him, and you see that, like, on his hip is actually an old beat up, like, dinked in, not rusty, but well taken care of outside of that, cast iron pot.
Got it. As you wish. This is the symbol your man would recognize. To surrender, I will do so. And it will be brought
Never
back.
seen without me pot.
Good. You will remain here. Your men will join you. And when they come and arrive, we bring them back. We will escort you to King's Landing. We will escort you to the neighboring countries. I want answers for this situation.
Good luck escorting us.
Pardon?
You don't have enough men.
Well, that can be arranged.
You ever tried escorting over 30 trained war heroes to turn them in with just
behind a
eight of
dragonborn?
you?
Perhaps, but you've ever stand before behind a cleric and a dragonborn, a mage?
And quite honestly, I think I can find 60 goblins to continue. Easily.
Yeah.
Well, then you better bring them up, because you're gonna need it. Me and me men are fighting the good fight, see? And we'll remain here. I'm getting me damn pot back. But you try to turn us in, I guarantee you we'll fight you barehanded.
Delon's just gonna hand the pot to Gildas and he's gonna walk up.
Don't iron out the dent.
I protected this spot like it was my own, don't worry.
Hold you to it.
Just give him like one last look before making my way up as well. Oops. I'm like thinking, I kinda get what they're doing it, but I feel like saying it now would be a bad idea, considering Dalin's state of mind.
Do what you have to.
No, it's like it's not at the time either, so I'll just keep my thought to myself for now.
Oh, Delon, you also know that Sir Henry of Warwickstead he wields the legendary Sun Sword, a relic of the First Age.
Oh Lord. Whoa. Henry of Warwickstead. Wielder of the Sun Sword. Hmm. I guess in the meantime, yeah, just Sir Bub, tangle their entire crew, including Hugo, and fucking spider webs.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm doing the entire time.
By all
Alrighty.
means, please.
So currently, with only
Um,
one casualty, the party has forced the rest of them to surrender and binds them in spider cell. And then they will prepare to head onwards. As you arrive near the broken
mhm,
gate again, Dolan, Gildas,
mhm.
Eleanor, Bub, and Ophelia, you find Tulio is leaning against the broken tower, and he simply hawks a thumb up the hill. Nasty ambush up there. He wasn't lying. Also, we have a
Also,
very bad vantage point. I recommend taking out one of those leaders that he mentioned. We could get to one of them. I think their morale will drop.
Well, he said it was on more favorable term with another one rather than the other, didn't he? So, suggest we take out. Well, it was the elf he did really dislike. So, if we do that, we might get. I don't know. We must score some good points with the remaining. Pushing
Delon's
it
actually
too
going to
far.
turn to Eleanor. Eleanor, have you ever heard of an elf named what was his name again?
He mentioned his
Soul,
name was
whatever.
Silvio.
Silvio. Have you heard of an elven man named Silvio?
Eleanor thinks for a moment before her eyes widen. Yes, actually, very familiar. Not personally, but with his history.
Hmm. What can you tell me of this individual?
He's a wood elf, expertly
Hmm.
trained, a master of his craft. Any
Hmm.
projectile, anything in his hands could become a lethal projectile.
Cool.
Hmm. Hmm.
Have you ever met a monk before?
I've read of them.
They're similar to fighters, but they have a center of self that allows them extra abilities. I don't know it personally, but I have suspected for some time that his ability to throw anything with such power, as well as his favorness of a quarterstaff, is likely due to him being an elf. I mean, elven monk. Where he would have
Hmm.
learned it, I do not know. However, Silvio is a master tactician, expert warrior. You will not be able to defeat him in single combat. He is an expert at deflecting blows. He can throw anything as if it was an arrow shot from an elvish longbow.
He seems quite off the table.
I
This
It is
situation.
rumored that he
Hmm.
fell into disgrace with the High Elf Court, and since then he has been unseen and unheard of.
Until now, it seems. Under so Workstead's command. Cannot be felt in single combat. We are at disadvantage on the way upwards. And we have defeated a previous captain. We could have his troops surrender. That will at least be something. But they will not. We allow those men who have surrendered to brush past us with no incident. They will most likely have entangled the entire encampment and they will be gone. Then will be our proof.
Also, Silvio was good friends with the King of Asterium. He wasn't just the general of the Wood Elves, he was the general of the Elven armies.
Montulio, how many men do you think are up there?
I could tell you exactly how many, Chief. While you were interrogating that Hugo fellow, I did a head count.
And
They're about 17, 18 maybe.
so a well-guarded, heavy, limited squad of 18. Some elf, some various legions, some part of this Hugo's squadron. And with heavy height and on a mountain pass. No wonder they have up here. This is quite the advantage.
Yeah, I'd say there's about... Yeah, there's about 20 of them, actually. Forgot to factor in the 3 front guardsmen.
That's understandable. A limited garrison of this size could do exactly what they did. But why? Why would they order a blockage of the Asterium? I expected... And they're dressed as bandits as well. But these are not bandits. They are trained men. Why would you wish to...
Hey
Unless
Chief,
they-
if you ever
Cool.
wanted to get caught and you wanted to not draw as much attention as you were actually doing, an expert con is to dress up as something much, much less threatening, and masquerade as something that people feel they can deal with at any time. Nobility are
afraid you're
lazy.
right.
They don't like to react to things that are small, petty nuisances. So if on the front and the back doorstep your men look like bandits, and the people doing the robbing are bandits, wink, you know what I mean?
I do. I was coming to a similar conclusion. So, Gildas, how long do you think you could get your goblin army up here? It's far too late. I'm assuming.
Honestly, Dallin was rather bluff rather than anything. I mean, I don't even have 60 goblins back home. I'm not gonna muster 60 of them here. I bet I
Aye.
can maybe get a couple of them, and that's it.
I assume so. We're outgunned. We're outmanned. And our territory is damaged. Alright, there's actually a moment he pauses. He looks to where's Yorm?
Yorm has been scouting, and when he returns, you're looking around for him. If you say like, "Where's Yorm?" audibly, he actually puts out a cigar and pockets it. Well, I was out scouting a little bit. Most of them won't see well in the dark. Pretty heavily armored. Most of them ain't got the best vision for night, if you know what I mean. Heavy helmets, soldiers.
Aye.
If we attack in the cover of darkness, I think we have a much, much better chance. Yorm, are you encouraging my nightly activities?
You...
No, I'm simply saying that we have a better chance at night.
Yorm, have you seen How high is it? He's actually gonna glance. What time is the year actually? What time of year is it actually?
I would
Yeah,
say that it's currently about summer, heading towards
okay,
fall. So the mountain's not
got
as
it.
cold or frozen as it would be.
No, that's actually to our advantage actually. He's actually gonna glance. Yorm, it's the summer months, correct? How did
I
that fell with the snow on the mountain?
Let's see. I'd say there'd be a
Be more.
thin layer. Shouldn't have too
Hmm.
much difficulty trudging around in it. After all, we got the boot work for it.
Hmm.
And as long as even me blunderbuss shouldn't cause an avalanche. You could probably even throw a bundle of TNT up there and there wouldn't be enough snow to cause much trouble. Now, rock slide on the other hand, that might occur if you threw TNT up at the mountain.
Hmm. Hmm. Night come restraint. Hmm. If we admit Isaac, if we try to as I said before, if we try to parlay surrender of his men, he would lose men with our evidence. However, like I said, they will not surrender easily, and once they see them as captive, they will not willingly do so. Most likely, even if it would gain us less combatants. We go in at night. We go in at night. Eleanor, is there some potion you can concoct? Something that might make them fall asleep. We can catch them unguarded.
It might be able
Maybe
to
we can throw in a smoke.
craft something similar to that. A sleeping drought.
Yes.
It would
What are
work
the
like the
ingredients?
sleep spell. And those that would fall under it would find themselves asleep before they even noticed.
If we go in stealth, I'll have to remove a lot of my armor. We can't have me waste putting up a chance that we might be seen. Be in a disadvantage, but I wouldn't cause a scene. It's a risk I'm willing to take.
Don't worry about needing to be stealthy up there, Chief. If it's nighttime, even if you're riding around on Velisay, it wouldn't cause much of a scene.
So we have our plan then. At night, attack. And Eleanor, if you need anything to get these ingredients in time, I will be more than happy to help.
I would appreciate some company while I scrounge around on the mountainside. I don't wish to bump into any undue patrols on the way.
Of course. Bjorn, Montulio, keep an open sight. Make sure we haven't been properly discovered. Their men have already been trudging up the mountain. They know we're already here, but I like to avoid as many scouts as possible.
You got it. No problem, Chief.
Sir Bob, keep the web strong. We'll need your spider transformation to climb up that mountain. Maintain a rest.
All right.
And help
So I'm
Eleanor
gonna put up
scrounge
two
up as best she
sensors,
can.
I guess.
Yeah!
She gets all the ingredients she needs.
Yeah! And,
Okay.
dang, 2 crits? Jesus!
Not just that, the first roll was a crit and a nat one.
Yeah, crit and that one double.
Who's rolling here?
Eleanor.
Right.
Eleanor rolled a nat 20 on a nature roll to get the ingredients for her sleeping drought, and she rolled a nat 20 on the medicine check to make the sleeping drought, so.
They're gonna sleep hard.
Good. Oh, actually, Delon will actually kind of go over. Sir Gildas, Ladyship Nightfield. I have a special request for both of you. I know this might be limited, but I need you to help make as much rope as you can. Possible. There'll be a lot of men, and I want them tied up. You can't have them trudging around once they're asleep. If we can, take them silently, grab them as much as you can.
Ophelia nods, but she actually does chip up.
Mm-hmm.
Manacles would be superior, but we do not have the metal.
That's where I'm hoping you come in. Gildas, you know this areas. I think you might be able to find some metal or stone in the area. Work with. And we do have plenty of iron should we need it, but we're hoping I'm sure to use it otherwise.
Well, Koei scraps metal from the prisoners we captured. Take the sword and use that. And we also have remnants of the tower, so I'm sure there must be something here and there. But I can't find anything. Can always make some simple wooden ones. Wouldn't be as resilient, but it's really just in case. But I'm sure Ophelia and I will figure something out. Don't worry.
Please do. Thank you, both of you.
Ophelia simply bows at you.
Delam will glance at everyone last time. Beginning with preparations. Make sure you get as much rest as possible. If you are not feeling well at any point in time, please let me know. I want you in tip-top shape. I do not wish to have any losses on this. No hero work, please. I need you all to be ready. This is not going to be an easy enemy. These are not some bandits. These are men of skill and practice and soldiers. Until then, I will be maintaining the border here, setting things up and maintaining watch on those below. Any issues are brought up, please do so immediately. I'll be setting up a map. Any additional information I will notify on this map. Please don't hesitate to point anything out. You have your orders. Thank you.
Alrighty.
That's what I got.
Very good. So, alrighty. Gilnos, make me a check to make some like some rope for binding and some, I'm imagining, some manacles.
Yeah, I have to find the iron first. Also, well, I mean, I can use the sword, like I said, but
True.
I mean, they got a bunch of weapons you could probably utilize for their
Yeah.
iron.
yeah, that's why that's why.
Hey, this be mom's iron. Sorry, can't.
Uh-huh.
That's my mom's spear.
Notably, Ophelia got a 23 for history check for any iron deposits in the area. And she did find like some areas where you could get some metal if you need it.
Those were the ropes.
Oof.
Hey man, you tried.
So which one is that for, Rem?
So that's the history. The history of how to
That's
make
the rope.
ropes.
Okay, so you make about. Also, you make about 5 rope was worth out of the trees and greenery in the area.
The manacles.
Yeah.
Much better.
Metal, I know that better.
So due to Ophelia's aid, you will have enough metal, because I'm imagining y'all are spending a few hours prepping, so Gilnos is just working like a workhorse over here.
And I am aiding in any way I can for basically anything. Also, if anyone wants to roleplay or anything, by all means, I guess either one of us. I assume.
You do have
how
the
long
chance if you
have
want
I
to.
been in spider form at this point?
Probably long enough that you should turn it off.
Probably long enough for you to bump out of it. I'm imagining y'all are working for like between 2 and 4 hours, enough for a short rest.
Okay, yeah. So near the end of that, I would turn off. But basically, is there anything I can do to assist with the climb, so to speak, like deliberately putting up spider webs to make the climb easier for the others beforehand?
You could do that.
You could do that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing.
You gotta
Because
make some
otherwise,
stealth
not really
rolls, though.
Because
Gotta
that
make some
might
stealth
allow you to appear somewhere on the mountainside that's not just on the road area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If we can add to our tactical options, I think that would be best.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I was gonna suggest something like that because you have the spider form. That's why I mentioned getting rest and helping with the scouting.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay.
Gildas is healing with his hit dice. Nice.
Nice. It's not D&D second edition where we have to wait a fortnight to get back a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
our
like
HP.
1 HP per day. Like,
Yeah, it's ridiculous. 24 every 24 hours. Like no, 16 every 16 hours is 1 HP and then
well,
another on top of that.
yeah.
So we're down for like 30 HP. It takes you like 30 days.
If you don't have,
Wargaming!
if you don't have a cleric, there's a reason for that, but we'll get on that later.
Uh, Actually, you know what? Some work in the pavilion. It's like as we make all the stuff I'm actually been saying. So, what do you make of all this? Being very quiet.
This rebellion?
I nod.
I can't rightly say whether it is a just rebellion or not without speaking with their leader and understanding his motives. In my time, there was a rebellion that happened for just reasons. Luckily, a peace was brokered between the rebellion and the king, and all were better for it. The only
Well,
thing that I do not understand is why, judging from Delon's reactions, their leader is a individual of substantial worth. Additionally, Eleanor implied that there's an elvish leader here of equal worth.
right.
Such individuals could do more close at home than they could away and against such measures. I do not understand what could cause them to abandon an advantageous position, such as one close to king or to their local lord, to instead choose to work independently of it.
Well, one's a general and the other's a renowned war hero. Perhaps, with the relative stability of the kingdom right now, at least ever since the Dragon's War, there they might be dissatisfied and just want some action. So, I'm just maybe speculating, but just come here, dress as a bandit, disrupt the trade routes, reroute them, well, through Nebulum right now, cause even more trouble. And now, you have an excuse for Asterium and to declare war on Nebulum, as now the trades are disrupted because of Nebuliz. You have a legitimate reason for that. And now the two countries are fighting. You, as General of Asterium, can come back and get in on some of the action. And you, as the war hero of King's Landing, can just watch from the side, wait for the war to end, and as authority from King's Landing, either take back some of your former lands, or take advantage of what just happened some other way. At least that's how I see it.
I see. That is a very long con, though. Are nobility in this time really so obsessed with such interwoven, spider-like plans?
I
I'm gonna
think.
transform out of my spider form when she says that. Just because dramatism.
But I just like I look at her like, how should I know,
You
But
would know, as you are a lord. Why else would you be a cleric?
well, I guess told you at least a couple of times already. I'm a cleric, yes, but I don't have the stations the cleric had in your time. I mean, you're the only one who calls me a lord,
And I
really,
will continue to do so.
and I won't stop you. But fact of the matter is, I have no land. Well, I had land, but not of noble right. I have no noble title, unless you count war chief as one, but the nobility there isn't really the same as King's Landing, so can't really compare or call it the same, but
I beg to differ. You
well,
have subjects. Crude but well-meaning, but subjects. You have land. Given to you, yes, but it is also your land. Your subjects provide for themselves and thus provide for you. You have set up on your land in patronage to your ladyship Brigid.
right. Then I
This is
suppose
the
it that
definition of a lord with land, subjects, and a title.
right. Well, it does make me a lord when you look at it this way. But to get back to your question, unfortunately, I do not have any. Well, I have little experience with the way of nobles, so I can't really agree or disagree or say anything about that, as my only real experience has been with high elves. And quite honestly, that's not a quite good experience to base your opinions on,
No, it is
I think.
not. They are not
So,
nobles, they are children playing at nobility.
I think you'll get your answer either today from talking to, the leader of this rebellion, or later when we actually deal with true nobility. Oh yeah, right. I suppose I did deal with nobility back in Asterium in a way, but not really enough to really understand them.
Ophelia simply nods. Yes, but you are adapting and learning. You will grow into your lordship.
Right.
On another subject, the name Sunsword is very familiar to me. It was a beautiful platinumed hilt with a crystalline blade. Channeled the wrath of the divines himself. I am pleasantly surprised to hear such an item is still around to this day.
There's plenty of relics from your time still left in this world, I think. I mean, I believe all the lords, Stygium, Nibelheim, Reynold, King's Landing, and Crocasta, all wield a magical weapon from the same time. I mean, that was the last time we could even make these. So I mean, if I brought up the name Ashen Blade, would you ring a bell? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Hold on. Ashblade, yeah.
As you mention that sword, Ophelia thinks for a moment, and her eyes open. Yes, I recall.
Right. So,
The
well,
ash blade is a blade of... One would confuse it for vengeance, but it is truly a blade of righteousness. Its wielder tends to need to satisfy its need for righteousness, lest the blade grow dissatisfied and cast you off.
hmm.
Only those with the strongest of ferocities that could meet the blade's own can wield it.
mean, hmm. Well, I think I get why he's wielding it. Just that maybe. What for thought. Then I believe the crest cutter is still being wielded.
Crest Cutter severs your mortal coil. It was needed to sever liches from their phylacterium without ever touching it.
Uh-huh.
It severed the soul the lich had hidden away.
That's not something I knew it could do. Well, at least, well, that's something the Lord wouldn't want you to know.
One does not know what it does. In my time, the
Oh,
weapon's uses were very common knowledge.
well, when I said Marshall, just pick it out of like, you know.
It
I
is
mean,
true. Nobody really talks about what they're capable of, so
right.
they just
Right,
know they're
it's like,
legendary.
just assuming like what's on the law, like a sheet is like public knowledge, so by basing it
Yes,
off of
that
that.
is essentially.
So I'll say, well, nowadays we do know the name of the weapons, but not what they do, unless you have, well, specifically looking for information on them. Seeing how the kingdom is fragmented, it's the kind of knowledge that's being really guarded.
I see. Do you have any other weapons?
Well, I'll just point over the wood to beyond the mountains and say, well, over there we have Excellus.
Excellence. The blade of excellence itself. Immaculately crafted. A blade that shines with the excellence and beauty befitting the most radiant of souls. It had another name once. The Phoenix Blade.
Oh, well, what prompted the name change then? Oh,
Once, a very, very long time ago, the wielder of Crestcutter was twisted by Crestcutter's own flippant nature to strike at a wielder of Exilus. He severed his mortal coil, removing his soul from his body. 7 days later, the Lord wielding Exilus returned.
aha, I think I get it. Hmm. So Excellus can bring back from the dead. Well, so I suppose you could say that Excellus is the counterpart of Rescuer, in a way.
Precisely, they are their own antithesis. If the two blades clash, it is said that disasters strike. The blades do not even like to be in the same room as anyone another.
Well, consider what we just talked about. Considering that Excellus Wilder is Lord of Hysterium and Crescata is being wielded by the Lord of Nebulum, that someone is trying to create tensions between the two, well, yeah, may have some bad news on our hands. But hopefully we're there to stop that in a way.
Hopefully.
Oh.
A war between the wielders of Exilus and Crestcutter would likely cause the two nations that they so wish to defend to suffer the consequences. Earthquakes, tidal waves, tornadoes.
Well, I hope that they keep their relative. Shit, no, I forgot the word I wanted to use. Oh. At least for the time being, they're allies. So hopefully things won't change for the worst. But, well,
Agreed. Though now you have
okay.
my curiosity piqued. Are there any others?
Let's see, off the top of my head, the current regent is wielding the Ring of Lost Lauren.
Ophelia actually furrows her brows at this. I have never heard of this one.
Oh. They may have been forged after your times, or perhaps it wasn't just known back then.
It is
Actually,
possible.
how does she measure that? What do I know about it?
Uh, the Rings of Lost Lauren are rumored to be, um, physical manifestations of every element in existence.
Hmm.
Whether that's true or not, nobody knows.
Interesting.
Well, so I'll say, well, if it's any consolation, rumor has it that the ring is just you just said the word already. Forgot about it. Oh
Physical
well.
manifestation.
Right. It's just the physical manifestation of the element, and considering it's being wielded by a wizard now, it might just be a focus of some sort, just not on the level of a regular one.
I see. I am very curious what they would actually be capable of then.
Well, if the regent is there during the ball in King's Landing, well, might be a good time to ask. Although, I hope you do actually get them answers, though. I'll be there for that.
Yes. I do not like it when those that could give me the answers I required deny me them.
Let's see, yeah. Just checking one last time, see if there's any other I'm forgetting outside the Glowcaster. So I'm like, do Shaman have one? I was like, no, I don't think so. And it's like, oh yeah, right, the King and the Queen, oh, but no, they have the Kingsley. It's like, I'd rather the magic item out of all. Right. Let's see. Well, now there's like one last item being wielded by the lords, and that's Frelhammer.
Frelammer.
Wielded by the Lord Glowcaster himself, yes.
Frelammer is a very amicable weapon. It only likes to be wielded by those who themselves are both humble, powerful, true to their word, and honest.
Well, sounds like a dwarf, really.
Yes, the wielder in my time was a dwarf.
Well, the wielder in our time is a dwarf as well.
Truly.
So I suppose the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Perhaps. Frelhammer yes, Frelhammer wields this power of storms itself. It can bring down the might of lightning, the might of snow, the might of storms, tornadoes, tidal waves, many things down. It can also be thrown at any location the wielder believes, and it can be summoned again in an instant. It does not fly back, it simply appears where the wielder desires it to be.
Right. So he could literally throw it to the other side of the kingdom and we'll come back. Is that right?
Precisely.
Or is that just...
If he visualizes the location of it in relative clarity, it will appear there. He can also fly, channeling the storm's power.
That's... Let's just stopping him from just striking the other laws like that. Well, no. No, I think I know what's stopping him. Which is his very nature. Of course.
Yes, Frelhammer would never allow itself to be used in such manners of aggression.
I suppose that's straight off for such a power then.
Frelhammer does not like to be used, but it loves to be wielded.
Well, still. Honestly, I'm trying not to laugh at the whole amicable weapon. I mean, it's a weapon. I mean, I don't know. It's just sounds like an oxymoron, you know. Like, gossip. Hmm. Oh, I know. So 2 out of the 5 weapons have personality of their own.
They all have a personality. I am just more familiar with those ones.
Well, I wonder if that could be true of your size as well. Some sort of personality hidden within it.
If
Just
there
hasn't
is
shown
one, I
yet.
do not feel it.
Maybe they're just shy. That could be it.
Perhaps.
Emerson Soul. Well, at least we'll get some information that are gonna be useful later on. It's like knowing what they can do.
The Lord Companion's great if you ask the right questions. But alrighty. So, Blonde, do you want to role playing with anybody before we move on?
Yeah, sure. I'm trying to help maintain stuff. Trying to do things. So really anyone can kind of roleplay. I know I was helping Eleanor with it. He's well, I know she was able to gather ingredients, so he's just kind of like working on the map, making sure everything's strategy. Do we want Ev to roll for him doing the spiderweb thingies?
I'm just imagining that he used his spider web on the wall like he did with the bandits.
Basically, yeah.
It's a spider. It has mastery over its own web.
Yep.
Got it.
So I'm,
but yeah,
I'm not
sure,
having
I
him
can-
roll for that specifically.
I was just curious.
You're good. Well, let's see. As you're looking over the map,
Mhm.
Tulio actually comes over, and you notice he's tossing up and catching one of his firebombs.
Planning on using that?
Quite possibly, Chief.
Yes, I imagine so. Hmm.
Something I didn't say, and Norm hasn't mentioned either, but there's a giant fucking crater in the ground. I threw a pebble in there. I didn't even hear it hit the bottom.
On the mountainside?
Exactly.
What roll history? Do I? Is
You could.
that a recent thing or?
You could roll history for it, actually.
Mhm. 19.
19. So with a 19, Delon, you know that this mountain range is actually rumored to have been a battleground many centuries ago, where during one of the Dragon Wars, it is rumored that one of the Lord's weapons was used to slay a dragon, bringing down the full force of its divine lightning down on the mountain, and it left a hole for miles and leading miles into the mountainside.
Hmm. If I recall, there was a battle a century ago on this mountain. One of the lords wielded one of the holy weapons, fought and felled a dragon. It fell, its body, encompassed in lightning, smote itself upon the mountainside, possibly creating that crater.
I see. How far down does it go, Chief?
I don't know. Perhaps hundreds, perhaps?
You see Tulio smirk, and he catches his firebomb,
Hmm.
not tossing it again. Well, if we lead the enemies in the right direction, I could throw this and see if they fall in.
You would follow him into a pit and then cast fire. No escape. Is that your plan?
Nah, I'm saying we have them chase us. We position ourselves in such a way that I throw this, see if we catch them off guard. You charge in on Velisay, knock them into the pit.
It's a possible plan. Could work. Right circumstances. There'll be quite the casualties when that happens, although by that point it will be a backup plan. It would not have surrendered.
Just something I wanted to bring up to you in private. Everyone else here doesn't seem really hell-bent on killing these folks.
Hmm.
When I saw all of you forcing the others to surrender, I went for a non-lethal shoulder shot.
Aye.
It's a lot easier to kill folks, Chief. Just saying.
Do you think do not know what it's like to kill someone?
Not at all. Chief seen me kill multiple people.
Then you understand that I do so only when all my options for any form of surrender or peace have been used up. I consider it a last resort.
And I'm telling you,
Speaking.
Chief, that
Hmm.
such problems might get you killed.
Duly
There's 20
noted.
men up there, well trained,
I know.
tactically positioned.
I know.
Then you know as well as I that mercy at a time like this, where the enemy may not be offering it, is a personal handicap.
I know. I've had to reckon with that for quite this time. So I've spent most of my time on this map.
Tulio just he stares for a long moment before shrugging. Alright, Chief. Just want to let you know about my game plan.
I appreciate it. Before you go, there is something I also wanted to bring up. When we were at the temple, you chose to rummage through items to get quick gold and property.
Yeah, we got quite the haul.
I wasn't finished. You chose to do so. In that time, even as the rest of us were speaking of Lord Bahamut, Lord Tiamat, divine beings, a golden opportunity was presented, a possibility. And even when a divine being tells you that you don't get too many second chances, there should be something to be said. Tulio, say we survive this. Say we are able to survive this event and this whole expedition as a whole. We part ways and we push forward. What will you do then?
If we survive all of this and I finish my contract with you?
Correct.
I think I'd find some place, buy the land, put up lots of signs, enter at your own risk, get a nice dog, maybe a 3 or 4. Chill out in a cabin in the woods somewhere.
And this is your plan for the rest of your life.
Precisely, Chief. Nice and peaceful. And if I really get needy, I can just go into town, buy a prostitute, have a great time, leave, go on back.
Dewan slightly shakes his head and he says, do you know why I hired you?
Because I'm really good at killing people, and you'd rather me be hired by you instead of the other guy.
Don't patronize me. I hired you because I saw potential in you. I hired you because you made certain decisions that other men would not have. And the longer we've been here together, I hope you've realized how many times I have stuck up for you. When others would look to your to your nature, or would assume something of you, I chose to look at you in your better nature. I did not discriminate towards you. I did not look down upon you. I saw for you with the man that I know is in there. You have so much potential, Tulio. Not just in mercenary work. You could do so much with your life. And if all you want to do at the end of this is find a nice home and do as you please, by all means, get a home, find some land, find a good woman, find somewhere to rest. That's fine. That's a good life. But at least do it on a terms that is a world that you can live in. You just hold up and isolate yourself. You do yourself not only the world or yourself a disservice. There are golden opportunities that wait for all of us. You've had a few of them handed toward you. Don't cast them all away for quick momentary gain. You're better than that. I thought you just need to know that. However this ends.
Tulio just gives you like a stare for a moment, then his smirk returns. He pockets his firebomb and starts walking away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if I agree with you, Chief.
We'll see. In the end, we will see. As Delon, I'm going to walk over to Eleanor. Eleanor. Lady
Yes,
Eleanor, did you get all the ingredients you needed?
Yes, and I've already begun working on the formula to make a sleeping draught.
Perfect. How are you feeling? Did you get injured in the battle? Notice anyone else?
No, I've been very much alright. As
Good.
for recovering from my sickness, I feel never better.
It does my heart good knowing that you and Yorn feeling better. I'll check on him in a moment. I just wanted to check on you and see if you were doing all right.
I appreciate that. What about you? You were sick as well as us, even if quickly.
I wasn't as sick as, well, I didn't process it as badly. Being Dragonborn is useful for some aspects, at least. But I am feeling fine.
Good.
Lady Eleanor, may I ask you something?
Depends. Just remember, lady does always needs her secrets.
Of course. This plan, this attack, what do you think of it? Am I being too merciful?
I do not think so. These men will likely not offer us much mercy, but I think that it is noble of us, and it is our due course to offer them mercy all the same. The Hugo gentleman's plight resonated with me to some extent. He did not like the system that he was forced to work within, and he wished to move out of it so that he might do more and right certain wrongs. I can't hate him for it.
Aye. Neither can I. Neither can I.
If there are more men above doing the same as him, believing in what they're
Mm.
doing, then I cannot fault them for that either. It's different than when we were fighting common bandits. It's different than associating with some of the folks in the land of monsters, or some of the more savage creatures here. It's different.
That's why I enjoyed nightly work in King's Landing. Things were fairly simple. And I'm finding things are not becoming as simple as I thought this quest would become. I'll leave you to it then. Take care, and if you need anything, let me know.
Will do. Oh, but before you go, it has occurred to me one thing. I am still in my high elf visage.
Aye, you still are.
If Silvio sees that, he might assume that you have either kidnapped me or make a beeline for us. My appearance is very common knowledge in these parts. We might be able to use that.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Of
And
course.
I'm gonna head over to Yorm.
As you
Yorm.
approach Yorm, he is essentially positioned on the edge over here. You see he's staring down the sights of his blunderbuss, leading down the way, essentially. A cigar in his mouth as he does so.
Yorm,
Aye.
how goes it? Anything to report?
Think I saw a few scouts down the way.
They're seeing our strength as well.
They popped out real quick, took a quick gander, and went off before I could do anything about it. I asked if Tulio wanted to check up on them. He simply told me that they already knew everything they were going to know anyways.
I am in agreement with him on this measure. They're not meant. Very few scouts are meant to interact at all with an encampment. We should make sure that not all our strength is seen.
I can agree with that.
Norm, did you know that your land was being in the situation that it is?
Yorm almost seems to bite the cigar before taking it out of his mouth and propping his gun up a bit.
Mhm.
No. Didn't know anything about the southern border being taken over. Now,
I'd assume.
to be fair, I haven't really been paying attention to the southern border, nor to much of Gloucester's own personal business. I've had other things on my mind. So that's my fault. However, I wonder if Lord Gloucester knows. He's gotta know, right? It's his kingdom, his people.
If they're as clever as we might think, perhaps he might not.
He should be informed as soon as possible, then.
Assuming we survive, absolutely.
Yorm actually turns his head to look at you and just puts his cigar back in his mouth, grinning around it as it's pinched between his teeth. What do you mean if we survive? Of course we're gonna survive. We survived a bloody T-Rex, a water elemental assassination. We survived a bloody corpse spreading flower. I reckon about 20 men up on a mountain ain't nothing compared to that.
Sorry, it's a bad habit left from my Templar training. Commander Wolfwood will always end, or at least start, an encounter. Should any of you survive, we will meet at this sector, in this front, at this time. Should you survive. That was what he always started things on.
Rather morbid, but sounds about right for Templars.
He was very honest on what he expected and how he expected, so forgive me if that's not exactly something.
No, you're fine, Delon. Just letting you know that I believe we're gonna make it through here. Small, well-organized militia is nothing compared to what we've been through so far. Besides, we're an even smaller, more organized militia.
You're right. Thank you, Yon. One more thing, Yon. I don't want you to feel as if that was an attack on any measure. For what it's worth, I think you are a good lord to your people. You've done right by yourself, and you've been honorable since I met you. I think we can discuss the possibility of meeting the Lord of Gloucester, but I think you shouldn't be so hard on yourself.
Make an insight roll.
Got it. I will make an insight roll. Don't fail me now. Feats, don't fail me now. Feats failed me. No! Okay. That's acceptable. It's a 7. That's not great.
So with the 7, you notice for a brief moment a bit of a shadow fall on Yorm's brow. As you mentioned, he's a good lord. But it was so quick, you aren't sure if it was there or not.
Delon looks like he might say anything extra, but then he just shakes his head.
As you do so, Yorm actually claps you on the shoulder with his same grin. Thanks, Delon. Appreciate it.
Of course. We'll notify you when we're ready to move out. We'll wait to the cover of darkness when we do so. Take all the time you need. And then I guess, unless Sir Bob wants to do some interaction.
No, I'm good. I'm pretty tired.
Okay.
Alright then.
I guess I'll then meet up with Gildas and Ophelia and see how they're doing.
Sounds good. So as you come over to Gildas and Ophelia, they're actually just finishing up the manacles, and you come in, I would imagine, roughly at the tail end of their conversation about uh, royal weapons, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Royal weapons.
Yes.
Indeed.
One of my favorite subjects, actually. Can't tell you how many hours I spent in my library researching all the tales that they have gone through. Did you know the Ashen Blade has been wielded by some of the most vigorous individuals that have existed throughout the land of Canes?
That would make sense.
They come from all walks of life, but they always had the same aspect to them. They were completely hard-headed, but incredibly passionate individuals, ready to do right for righteous sake. Few of them were even paladins, which always made sense to me. But it would surprise me that there weren't always paladins. There are even a fair few that weren't even knights.
Well, it's anything like the King's Blade. You don't choose the magic weapon, it chooses you.
I suppose so. That's for most of them. Although there are even still a few that we're not quite certain on how they develop the personality or why they do so, but in any case, that's a discussion for another time. Or discussion I'd actually like to have at another time. Perhaps with some brandy. Have you assembled the mandibles?
I should have everything we need, yes?
And you, your ladyship, were you able to gather as much as you could to help Sir Gildas?
Yes, we have assembled roughly 5 pairs of rope and enough mandibles that should be useful for the more resilient groups.
I see. I want to reiterate. We will use the sleeping drought as we can in the cover of darkness. For those that we believe will be the most difficult to obtain, we then use the mandibles on them, and the rope on the lesser ones. For those in the company of Hugo, we will try to show the frying pan, get them to surrender, have them tied or moved. Those who do not, that is their choice to make, and we will fight. If any of you in danger, I wish to make it very known, clear here and now. I will fight beside you, and I will not hesitate to take their life should I have to, even if I do not want to. I would like to avoid bloodshed, but in war, there is always tragedy.
A noble endeavor, and unfortunately, morbidly accurate. Sparing your foes even when they would not spare you is the sign of a true code of honor.
Despite how the advantage may seem, I cannot go. I am a knight of King's Landing. I cannot throw away the code the code and the arms that I have followed all my life.
And nor should you. They give you strength.
I like to think they do. But I mention again, should any of you come to danger, I will do what must be done to protect you. You are, and you shall ever be, my number one interests. As my stalwart allies, I wanted to make that known here and now.
Hey, you know, we have your back as well. Don't worry. We'll do what needs to be done.
Mm.
And something doesn't go the way we want it, well, we'll just adapt, like we always do it.
Dawn chuckles. Since
There's only been a few occasions where it actually has killed us. I'm almost getting to the point where situations don't. There are more situations that do go our way than don't.
Perhaps we should just stop planning and just, charge headlong again.
But if we did that, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to talk to all of you and gather intel.
Well, you're not gonna talk to us as we just fight.
You wound me, said
Yes.
Gildas. I thought our conversations were the best parts.
But what about conversation in the heat of the moment, I mean, we go from careful planning to, action planning. The
True, and a
same,
night's
just more
spontaneity
frantic.
is a most romantic endeavor.
Right. And Dad, you need experience in both, right?
You cheeky fuck. Talon just kind of gives a belly laugh. Bit cheeky of you, but you're not entirely wrong. We'll be ready in a few moments. Get as much rest as you can. You've both done wonderfully. We'll move on to nightfall. We'll see you then.
See you then. I believe I still have a few ropes to tie up, and it should be good.
You heal to full health, Gildas.
Also, to anyone who has the phone on vibrate and on the table, we can't actually hear that. Just letting you know.
I think that's Evan.
Yeah, I know you. It's alright, bud.
Dun dun dun.
Just wanted to let you know.
Marshall, would be really nice, by the way.
What's
If
that?
you help me to sign. It would be really nice if I could see the health bar of the NPC as well as that.
You can't?
When do you heal? No, I can't. I haven't been able to for like 6
Yeah,
months.
we've never seen the HP bars on any of the NPCs.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. Tulio, Yorm,
That's
or
just-
Ophelia,
Oh,
or Eleanor. We don't see any of them.
I just wanted to bring this up now. Like,
Do you see Eleanor's now?
hold on, let me look my ass up. Nope.
Nope.
What about now?
Yeah, we do now. Yeah. But yeah, we've just basically Tulio, Yorm, and all the NPCs were like, well, I guess it would be nice to see what their HP are, but no, I guess it's not meant for us to see. We just assumed it was hidden on purpose.
Yeah, pretty much.
I
Yeah,
thought that you could see them the whole time!
No, we just
No.
assumed they were like hidden on purpose. Oh yeah, all the we can see all of it now on Ophelia's. I'm sorry, on Eleanor's. But yeah, we just assumed that, like, oh, I guess that's something he's keeping track of, and we're not gonna worry about that.
Yeah, it's basically, yeah.
Whoops!
It's like, okay, I think this one needs healing, maybe. Oh, I'll just start feeling well if it was. There we go. It was like, no, it was like, especially for Ophelia, because I'm like, okay, yeah, I got life transference. But the problem is, it hurts me for like 40 HP when I use it. So if I don't know how much HP there's left on Ophelia, it's like really big investment for probably nothing at all. But yeah, now thinking about now, she has 100. Gonna be pretty useful. So damn, let's just stock it off.
Yeah, he is. That should be Tulio's health as well.
Yep.
I think that's everyone.
Oh, better late than never.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and move you over to the next map.
Yep.
We did, y'all.
Yeah, you can't see him again. Okay.
This is Battle Brothers numbers. We're so dead.
So I'm gonna change while we're here. I'm just gonna change
This
them
is it.
again. I'll have to change it on the mother token at some point,
We'll get to that at one point.
but I will probably forget at some point or another.
Oh no, they have actual armor. Win. Fuck.
Seemingly bottomless crater.
What do you mean they have actual armor?
You know,
Dragoon.
they're not like a bomb with like a leather armor, like 2 swords. Like actual knights.
Yeah, they actually drunk.
I like the detail of the frozen water, fish swimming underneath. I like that.
I'm glad.
Also, actually accurate to a large body of waters. The top part will freeze because of the buoyancy compared to the lower pressure under the water. Because if water froze absolutely, there would be no fish ever. It would all just be frozen.
Funny thing is that Yorm is a ranger, and rangers actually have a ridiculously good hit die for seemingly no fucking reason. And he's a dwarf on top of it, so he's got a
Hey, man.
big health bar.
Hey man,
Oh, I
man.
could
Look,
just
he needs
see
it,
them
alright?
by-
Because
He
he's
needs
been
it.
taking big damage in every fight, it seems. He keeps getting
Yeah.
so unlucky. It's crazy.
I could just sit on my ass here, like everybody were getting balls from over there. But the problem is, it's a night battle, so I can't see shit.
It's okay, neither can they.
I imagine having dark vision, right? Like devil sight or whatever.
But alrighty. So you should be able to see all of the NPCs' HP bars now, right? You should be able to also see their AC and
Yes.
like their
We see
passive
in
wisdom.
position, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
But damn, ADC, yeah, the water, so like made of tissue paper. It's worse than that.
Yeah, no, she got no armor. She's wearing a
It's like-
dress.
It's not even an armored AC, like dude.
She got a dress
Like,
on.
where's It's like she's got like one of those big sticker on the back that says "kick me." I was like, what she has?
Fucking hell.
I think you killed him, Rem. You killed him.
What happened?
Sign. Classic.
Rem says that Ophelia doesn't even have armor. She doesn't even have like she's not even like unarmed. She doesn't even like have unarmored AC. She has a big sticker on her back that says "Kick me."
Basically.
Oh, fucking hell. But alrighty. So as you head further north after finishing your preparations, moving in at the cover of nightfall, Yorm, Bub, do you want to cast any spell as you're moving up or anything like that?
We're sneaking, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
Good.
And I'm not at my computer to show you, but we've been doing concentration wrong the whole time, and I need to show you. It's actually super important.
Alright, I could do that in a little bit. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you can keep concentration on a spell as long as it's there, and then you have to drop it to basically cast another concentration spell, but you can cast a different spell that's not concentration while you
Yep.
have concentration up.
Yeah,
And if
that's
you get
right. And you
hit,
can also.
you have to roll a con
The
save
save,
to see if
yeah.
it's broken or not.
What I was getting wrong is that I could actually just make attacks while concentrating on something.
Yeah, that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought
damn it.
Bub was doing that on purpose, to be fair. I thought
Yeah,
Bub
me
was like,
too.
Bub just like,
No, I was being retarded and I didn't know
concentrating.
how it worked.
Plays spellcaster. Doesn't know how spellcasting works. I've
Wow.
never done that before.
Error.
It's okay, we've all been there. But
this is my
alrighty, I
first
will
spellcasting
knock
piece.
down one of your tier 2 spells to cast Pass Without Trace. Click it for the sake of it. And you are also in Yorm's favored terrain. Mountain.
Awesome. So no difficult terrain for us?
Basically, yeah.
Nice.
That's going to be a huge thing.
And as a group, you can travel through the mountain at regular speed while stealthing.
Yeah, so I guess it's time
Which,
for...
with Pass Without Trace, means that, like, you also now can do that without making any noise, and you get really good stealth rolls.
Where's my stealth? There it is. Oh yeah, that's a 21, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Wait, why are you still taking the disadvantage? You have Mithril on.
I don't know, I just does it because I
31.
put... it's because I put like mithril chain mail as heavy armor. But I guess if there's a way to actually remove that, I will modify this. Heavy armor.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Ophelia ain't very stealthy.
So I'm gonna just do a test roll real quick.
Alright.
There we go.
There you go.
It's because I still had like a stealth disadvantage under the modifications.
Ah, yeah, there you go.
Modifiers.
So yeah, Yorm did a stealth roll, Ophelia, Tulio did a stealth roll, you did a stealth roll, Delon did a stealth roll, and I will have Bub do a stealth roll. Bub is sneakiest kobold there is! 22. Alright, so that is, I'm just gonna do that, that's a 31 Gildos. 31 Gildos. That is a 24 Eleanor. It is a 15 Ophelia. That is a 35 Tulio. Because he's actually in the darkness. Gildos is a 20. There's a yeah, sorry, I did Gildos. Whoops. Delon is a 13. Sorry, Delon is a 23. Bub 32. So the lowest stealth is from Ophelia with a 15, but all of the rest of you are above 20, so you compensate. Group stealth is fun. Now, if she was at a 5 without Pass Without Trace, then you'd have a problem. But alrighty, so for this, you are all currently stealthed. Bub, due to your webbing allowing people to climb up the mountainside, some people could be around here if they wanted. Which Tulio will do so. Is Bub able to see the map or no? Just curious.
What? I'm on mobile.
Yeah, okay, so you can't. So Bub, do you want to be on the flank side with Tulio, where there's there is known to be some elves with like a elf monk badass over there? Or do you want to be with the rest of the party? On the right side where it's most heavily defended.
Well, I guess, like, who needs the most help?
Tulio would be by himself if he was on the flank side currently.
Yeah, I mean, I should probably help Tulio out.
Alrighty then. So I will put Bub over there on the flank side. And you all, I'm assuming, are in these shadowy areas over here. So, with your preparations having been made, Eleanor is going to be actually over here. Eleanor having made some sleeping draughts and all that. We're going to probably wrap up here before this big battle goes down. And next time, the party will deal with this small militia. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.